Hello and welcome to pmslounge.com. In this video, we are going over the CAPM certification. So this is an entry-level certification offered by PMI. If you're just starting off with your project management career, this is a certification to go for. Even if you're looking to transition into project management, this is a good certification to look into. So we are going to cover a lot of things today, right? So we'll walk through what you need to know about CAPM, who should pursue it, what to expect on the exam, and how it can open doors in your professional journey. So we will also talk about some of the benefits of this certification, as well as what are the career paths, what are the kind of job roles that you can expect if you get yourselves the CAPM certification. So by the end of this video, you will have clarity on whether CAPM certification is the right move for you. So definitely stick around, watch this video till the very end. Let's get started with what is CAPM. So CAPM is an entry level professional certification, right? It proves that you have foundational knowledge. So it is entry level, it is only about foundational knowledge. So you can think of it as your formal credential. So if someone looks at your resume and it has CAPM, what those four letters are saying is that I understand how projects work. I have the foundational knowledge, right? So first of all, it carries global recognition. So employers worldwide respect this certification. They know what CAPM is. One of the biggest reasons is that it comes from PMI, the Project Management Institute, and PMI itself is a highly respected organization. All right, so it is entry level. It is perfect for those that are starting their project management career. Unlike some other certifications like PMP that will require extensive on-the-job experience, CAPM welcomes anyone with the right education and training to go for it. Now, thirdly, CAPM serves as a stepping stone to more advanced certifications, particularly the PMP certification, and many successful project managers actually start with CAPM, build their project management experience, and then pursue PMP. So this is a good stepping stone. Finally, because it is administered by PMI, the Project Management Institute, this certification holds weight and it holds credibility. It is not just another certification out there, right? It's widely recognized. It is industry standard certification and it can genuinely impact your career prospects. Okay, let's talk about who should take the CAPM. Who is this certification really for, right? First, students and recent graduates. So if you're finishing up your education or if you're just entering the workforce and want to launch your project management career, CAPM is perfect for you. I know there are colleges and universities out there, and in their master's degrees, in their bachelor degrees, they mandate that students go through the CAPM certification as well, right? So this is where it fits. It gives you foundational knowledge that employers actually value, and it positions you ahead of other candidates who might not have this credential. Secondly, career changes, right? So maybe you've been in IT, you might have been doing business analysis or even any other field, right? And if you are now interested in transitioning into project management, CAPM is the certification that you should go for. It validates your new direction and it shows employers that you are serious about this shift. It also provides the formal training foundation that makes your career change credible. And thirdly, team members who already work on projects. So you could be a business analyst, you could be a developer, you could be a quality analyst, you could be a business coordinator. You can go for the CAPM certification as well, because it is going to help you understand how your role fits into the larger project picture, and it also improves your ability to collaborate with project managers and leadership. So even if you never become a project manager, this certification makes you a more effective team member and opens doors to advancement within your vertical itself. Okay, let's talk about the requirements to take up the CAPM certification, right? So, what is the eligibility? What do you actually need to qualify for the CAPM exam? So, the requirements are straightforward. First of all, you need a secondary degree. It can be a high school diploma itself, right? So, you don't need a college degree as such. You don't need a bachelor's degree, right? So, that's all on the education side, no college degree required. And secondly, you must complete 23 hours of project management education or training. Now, this doesn't have to be from a single source. You can actually combine different types of training. You can, combine online courses, workshops, even your university programs, any employer sponsored training, or the PMI authorized or non authorized training partners as well. So, the key is that these 23 hours must specifically address project management content before you sit for the exam. The good thing about CAPM is that you are not locked out if you don't have a degree or if you don't have 3 years of project management experience, right? This democratization of entry is one of the reasons why CAPM has become so popular globally. By the way, we have everything that you need to know about the CAPM certification for your preparation, right? All the project management concepts that you need are already available on this YouTube channel. You can head over to the playlist section or you can head over to our courses section where you will find all the topics that you need to go through to prepare for your CAPM certification. So definitely check that out. I will share links in the description as well. Okay, so let's take a look at the exam overview. By the way, so far, if you've been finding this video useful, please do hit the like button. It helps us stay motivated and create more such free content for you. So the CAPM exam, it consists of 150 multiple choice and even interactive questions. And you have 3 hours to complete it. So that works out to be about, 1.2 minutes per question on average. So that's the kind of pace that you need to maintain, right? The critical detail though is that 15 of these 150 questions are pre-test questions. So they do not count towards your score. That means only 135 questions out of this 150 actually determine whether you pass. This is important because PMI uses pre-test questions to validate potential future exam questions. It's part of their quality assurance process basically. Now, one common question is what is the passing score, right? PMI does not publish a fixed percentage like 60% or 70%. So the passing score, as I like to say it time and again, nobody knows. Nobody knows. The exam also accommodates various learning styles, right? So you will encounter traditional multiple choice questions. You can even see drag and drop matching, hotspot questions where you click on an image. There could be animations with audio. There could be comic strip scenarios as well, right? So this variety keeps the exam interesting and tests your understanding through different formats. So you can expect that in your exam as well. Now, there are 4 key domains, right? This is crucial to understand. The CAPM exam is organized into 4 major domains and they are not weighted equally. So, the first domain is project management fundamentals and core concepts. So, this comprises of 36% of the questions in your exam. This is the largest portion, by the way. This covers project life cycles and what makes something a project versus operations, planning fundamentals, roles and responsibilities, ethics, and problem solving techniques. So think of this as your foundational layer. The second domain is predictive. This is plan based methodologies, or some might call it the waterfall methodology, right? So this covers the traditional waterfall style project management. It talks about detailed upfront planning, even your critical path analysis, work breakdown structures, and schedule and cost control. So this is the domain where you will see earned value management as well and formal planning processes, As I said, everything is available on this channel itself. Just head over to the courses section, go over these different knowledge areas, cost, scope, schedule, and you will get to know all these concepts that I just spoke of. The third domain is Agile, and we also have Agile on our channel if you want to check that playlist out as well. I'll share a link to that in the description below. But this domain comprises of 20% of the exam. This is more than predictive, by the way, because that is only 17%. So this covers your approaches like Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming methods, where you plan incrementally in short iterations rather than everything upfront like predictive project management. And finally, you also have business analysis frameworks, which comprises of 27% of the exam. So what this means is you have stakeholder management, requirements gathering, product roadmaps, and validation. What's important to understand is that today's project environments are hybrid. So you will use predictive approaches for some projects and agile for other projects. So this is also possible in the same organization, by the way. So CAPM reflects this ground reality by testing your knowledge across both these approaches. Okay, let's talk about CAPM versus PMP. This is a quick comparison. You can see CAPM does not require any experience. PMP requires 3 to 5 years of experience based on your education background. CAPM is entry level, PMP is professional level. So if you're brand new to project management or you are early in your career, CAPM is your certification. But if you have years of hands-on project management experience, PMP is where you should be headed to. CAPM is specifically designed for beginners, students, and even team members. PMP is designed for experienced project managers who are already leading complex projects, right? So here's the strategic thinking, right? CAPM is your stepping stone to PMP. Many professionals, they earn their CAPM first, they gain the 3 to 5 years of project management experience, and then they pursue PMP, right? This path is extremely common and it is also highly effective. The bottom line is that CAPM validates that you know the fundamentals and can function on a project team. PMP validates that you can lead projects independently. So if someone asks, should I get CAPM or PMP? The answer is usually, if you are just starting out, CAPM right now and PMP later. But if you already have project management experience, go straight to PMP. This progression makes sense for career development. Now, let's talk about cost and timeline. And by the way, I would like to mention here that cost totally depends on your region as well. So this is a broad overview of cost, but not the exact dollar numbers, which might be different for your own country, right? So the exam fee also varies depending on your PMI membership status. If you are a PMI member, you will pay around 165 US dollars. If you are not a PMI member, you will pay around 225 US dollars. And there's a lot of incentives in becoming a PMI member before taking up any exam, because you get membership advantages, you get free books, ebooks of course, and you also become a member of the local chapters, right? So you can participate in local chapter events, you become a part of the PMI community. So I always say, if you are taking up any PMI certification, go ahead, get yourselves the PMI membership before you do so. And as I mentioned, the cost may be different for your specific region, so definitely check pmi.org for the most accurate and latest cost. Now, prep timeline typical is 2 to 3 months of study, and total prep hours is typically 60 to 100 hours. This will vary based on how you learn, how you study, what your work-life balance looks like, but this is very typical timeline. So don't think of this as a hard rule, right? Some people can prepare faster, some people can take a bit longer. Now, what are the benefits of the CAPM certification, right? Let me highlight 5 benefits. The first is global recognition. So this certification is respected. It is recognized by employers across industries and across countries. So whether you apply to a company in your home country or internationally, CAPM carries credibility. It signals to hiring managers that you have met professional standards. Second, career advancement. So CAPM opens doors to project management positions you might not otherwise qualify for. So a lot of people working in organizations in different roles, right, and want to transition into project management within that same organization, go get yourselves the CAPM certification. That is going to show the employers, the people higher up, that you are ready for project management, right? So CAPM certification definitely positions you for maybe an assistant project manager role or even for a project coordinator role with better responsibility and compensation. So it's a credential that changes how employers perceive your capabilities. Third is higher earning potential. So CAPM certified professionals earn approximately 72,000 US dollars per year on average. So this is significantly higher than those who are not certified, right? And we are talking about similar roles here. Over a career, that credential pays for itself many times over. So it definitely makes sense to go for a certification. By the way, it's not like you get yourselves the CAPM certification and your present salary was 50,000 US dollars, and the day you get yourselves the CAPM, the next day your salary hikes up to 72,000 US dollars, right? That is not how real life works. By the way, I've done a funny video on how some people rely so much on certifications. I'll share a link to that video in the description. Definitely check that out. But this is just an average number. Secondly, actually, fourth point here is solid foundation. So you build a solid foundation for advanced certification. CAPM is not a dead end credential. It's actually the launching point, right? If you want to pursue, let's say, PMP, PMI ACP, CSM, Certified Scrum Master, or even Scaled Agile, all of these are advanced certifications that you can go for later. CAPM is going to provide the foundational knowledge that makes those certifications much easier to attain. And finally, you gain access to the PMI professional network. So this includes local chapters, online communities, events, online events, offline events, connections with other certified professionals. So these relationships often lead to job opportunities, it can lead to mentorship, it can lead to continuous learning. So the network itself can be worth more than the salary increase. So these are your top 5 benefits of CAPM certification. Now, how do you maintain this certification? Once you get certified, that's great, but maintaining the certification requires commitment. So here's what you need to know. Your CAPM certification is valid for 3 years only. And these 3 years start from the date you pass the CAPM exam, right? So after 3 years, your credential actually expires unless you renew it. Now, how do you renew it? You must earn 15 professional development units or PDUs. PDUs are essentially proof that you are continuing to learn and develop professionally. You can earn these PDUs through various activities. You can take additional training courses, you can attend PMI chapter events or conferences, you can read relevant project management books or even articles, you can watch videos on PMC Lounge, you can write about project management online, you can contribute to PMI committees as well. So you have full 3-year cycle to accumulate these 15 PDUs. And by the way, 1 hour of the activities that I just listed equals to 1 PDU, and you just need 5 PDUs per year, to be honest, right? Because you have 3 years to collect 15 PDUs. Finally, the renewal fee is $60 if you are a PMI member, and it is $150 if you are not a PMI member. So in 3 years, you should accumulate 15 PDUs and then you should pay the renewal fee so that your CAPM certification remains active and valid. The whole point of this maintenance system is that the Project Management Institute or the PMI wants to ensure that certified professionals stay current with evolving practices. Project management continues to evolve and the PDU requirement ensures you are active actively engaged in your professional development. So this is definitely not a burden. Don't think of it like a burden. It is an investment in staying relevant and competitive in your field. Okay, let's talk about career paths with CAPM. What are some of the job titles that you can target if you have the CAPM certification? First is an assistant project manager. This is often the most direct career path. You would support project managers, you would handle administrative tasks, you can manage communications, track schedules, and take on increasing responsibility as you prove yourself. Second is project analyst. In this role, you would analyze the project data, you will track metrics, you will identify risks and provide insights to the decision makers, right? So decision makers will come to you at all times asking for data that you can provide about projects so that they can make their decisions, right? So you would be the person managing the project dashboard, identifying trends and flagging issues early. This is an excellent technical entry point that leads to senior analyst or project control kind of roles. Next is project coordinator, and this is where you would coordinate activities across teams. You might schedule meetings, you might manage project documentation, track deliverables, and ensure communication flows smoothly. This post is operations oriented, and it is perfect if you enjoy being organizational hub of the projects. And finally, team lead for small initiatives. So with CAPM and some experience, you could lead small cross functional teams or project components, right? So you would oversee daily activities, you can mentor team members and report to senior leadership where your project is going, right? So these aren't the only paths, by the way. CAPM credential is valuable across industries, from tech to construction and from healthcare to finance, right? The point is, CAPM does not pigeonhole you into one single role. It opens multiple doors based on where your interests and talents take you. Now, what are some study resources? So there are some study resources by PMI, the PMBOK Guide 7th edition, the Process Groups Practice Guide, Agile Practice Guide, PMI Guide to Business Analysis. These are some of the books that you can look into, but my suggestion would be to check the PMC Lounge playlists or the courses in our section, right? All of this is absolutely free on PMC Lounge. So definitely check this out. Finally, you should also take some practice tests which are also available online. Okay, and before I let you go, let's take a look at the key takeaways, right? So CAPM is globally recognized entry-level certification. It validates your project management knowledge at associate level. The eligibility is straightforward. You need high school diploma and 23 hours of project management education. The exam format is comprehensive. You have 150 questions. 135 of them are scored, 15 are pre-test, and you get 3 hours to complete these questions. Fourth, the exam is balanced across 4 domains. You have fundamentals, predictive, agile, and business analysis. This reflects how modern projects use multiple approaches. Fifth, CAPM validates your competence across predictive, adaptive, and business analysis principles. This is not a certification about just one methodology like a CSM, which just gives you Scrum Master, right? It just talks about Scrum. Sixth is it is a gateway credential, right? CAPM can be your stepping stone to PMP and other advanced certifications as well. Many successful project managers start with CAPM. Finally, there's long-term value. You have 3-year validity. You need 15 PDUs to renew the certification every 3 years. This means continued professional development. This is not a one-time test and done kind of certification, right? It is an ongoing commitment to your professional growth. The investment that you are going to make in your CAPM certification preparation is going to pay dividends across your entire career. So I would like to remind you about our YouTube membership program, which is known as VIP Pass. There are loads of videos on our channel that are exclusive for our members, right? So you get access to premium project management courses that we have. There are collaboration opportunities with me. You even get a chance for a virtual consultation with me. So hit that join button. A lot of our subscribers are also our members. A lot of bang for your buck. That's all that I had in this video. If you have any questions around the CAPM certification, definitely drop them in the comments and I will get back to you. Everything that you need to prepare for your CAPM exam is already available on this channel. So definitely check that out. Keep learning and subscribe if you haven't done so. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.